I'm going to carry on modeling this guitar here. In the last video, I simply did the strap pegs right here, and I did the guitar input where the jack cord would plug in over here. I didn't burrow that into the guitar body. I just left it sort of solid there, but hopefully that'll look okay. And obviously all the previous videos I worked on the volume and tone control knobs and this little slider here and the various other components. And I think it's time now to start moving to the neck of the guitar. And so that's what I'm going to do in this video. We'll see how far we get. I might do a little bit of the head region. Well, I'm actually going to start with the head and work down the neck, and we'll see if we can get to the tuning pegs and stuff like that. So the way I'm going to do this is hit Shift A and bring in a plane. Bring it up here. I'm going to switch right away into wireframe mode and edit, vertex. And I'm going to collapse all these or merge them all at the center so I get just one point, and I'm going to be doing this and then mirroring the side over. Okay, let's go back to global here. So I'm just going to position this point roughly where I would want it, and I'm going to, just like I did the guitar body, I'm going to start E to extrude, G for grab, and I'm going to start going around. It was suggested to me that I use curves for the guitar body and perhaps for some of this, but I'm not that comfortable with them. I don't have that much control over them, so I'm going to stick with just doing it this way for the time being and see what kind of effect we will get out of this. So I'll make my way around half of this head part of the guitar. I'm not trying to position these anywhere in particular so that I could extrude out the tuning pegs. I'm going to create those separately, so I'm not worried about that. Just want to get a relatively nice shape for this, and that's it. Although I'm not going to take too long doing it, I hope. There we go. Just moving along. Again, I'm not worried about how many points or how many polys I'm going to have, because I'm just going to have the guitar in the rendered scene. It won't be much of a scene really, just the guitar maybe against a background or something like that. So we're not worried at all about that kind of thing. Oops. Okay, so this doesn't have to be a super sharp point. I'll just go around the curve a little bit here. That's fine. This guitar won't be viewed up close, just from a distance, just to show that we can create a 3D model of, in this case anyhow, something that I drew, which I've never done before. I've just either modeled or drawn in usually I draw in Flash, and so I just wanted to try it to make my own guitar and see what would happen. Alright, so I'll come down around here. I don't have to follow the diagram completely. I'll just come into the center region there. And And okay, I'm going to need to come back here actually. So let me zoom in. Yeah. And I'll extrude here and go in the X direction and come in around here. Okay, that's going to be good. So this is half of what I've got there. And so I am going to come out and set origin to 3D cursor, which should be in the middle. Yeah, it's in the middle, so I can mirror. So I'm going to mirror this over, and I'm just going to apply that. And let's go back in and see what's going on at the top here. I'm going to grab this and make sure they merge at center. I'm going to come down here, and I think what I wanted to do actually was not do this. I don't think I want that there, so I'm going to get rid of that and just make a face here, just like that. So that would be the head of the guitar. Okay. And what I'll do now is I'll grab these two vertices, let me bring this back, hit extrude, and bring them down just to form the region where the bridge would be. Or sorry, I always say that. The head nut. I don't know why I always say that. All right, and then I'm going to extrude again, and I'm going to bring this all the way down. But not necessarily into the guitar, because down around this region here, I'm going to have it curve. You'll see what I mean in a bit. So I think I'll leave it at that for the moment. And I'm going to select it all. And I like to work in face mode. Oh, when did I not put a face in here? Jeez. There we go. Extrude and give it some thickness. I don't want it too thick. I will do that. I'm going to make sure all my normals are facing outwards. I'll go into object mode, solid, and I think what I'll do is, let's see which way I want this. I'll bring this up. So it would come along here, and I'll work on the height a little bit later, and of course I'll be bending the head back later on as well. What I planned to do at this point was to let's say, well, I'm going to have to be here. No, I'm not. I'm going to want to make a curve, and the way I think I'll do that is I'm just going to extrude right out to the position I would roughly want this at the beginning of the pickup. All right, and this region here I would be curving down to meet the guitar. Now I'm going to admit to you that this is probably the part that I'm least confident in doing, or least able to do at this point, and so it may not look that great, but I'm just going to do what I can. All right, so I'm going to put a few edge loops in here. We'll start with 3 and we'll see. Oops. Just accept that. And then I'm going to, I guess I'll go back to wireframe mode. And what we'll do is in edge select mode, I will select just the bottoms. The bottoms of these. And let's try bringing them down. This will take a little bit of trial and error for me. I'm going to try to make a little bit of a circle. I'll deselect that one, or not a circle, but a curve. Bring them down again a little bit. All right, deselect this one. Oops. Come back to that side view there and bring them down a bit more. And let's just have a look at what that's like. Coming down into the guitar, so it is kind of weird, but I'm going to bevel it a bit. Yeah, okay. I wonder if maybe I want to bring this one down just a little bit. Oh, that brings the whole thing down, obviously. Nah, that's fine. That's going to be good enough, considering what I'm trying to do here. All right, so now that I've got that, I think I will, in edge mode, I'm going to select my edges as best I can, all the way around the guitar. Neck, head, coming back. Okay. And I'll just include that piece. And then I'm going to do the same for the bottom piece. And I may have to go into wireframe to make sure I've got it all, but we'll check that out in a bit. All of that, coming back, down, all of that. So let's go into wireframe, and we'll select that piece as well. And that should be all the edges. And let's go out of wireframe, and let's see if it's ready to be beveled. Now that is going to create some problems up here that I'm going to try my best to fix. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and as you can see, they're crossing right there. Okay, I do want a decent sized bevel on this though, so I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to play with that. So I'm going to put a couple of rings in there. I'm rolling my mouse up. There's one, there's two. I'm just going to do that. Let's deselect that and have a look. And of course there will be problems there, but that's basically what I'm going to do for my beveling. Now that problem will exist here and here and on the underside. So let's go in and see what I can do to clean this up. Now again, this is not a very good way of doing things, I don't think. Let me see if I can just merge these. Let's say merge at center. What if I do that and merge those ones at center as well? How ugly is that? Let me just have a look at that. I mean, from a distance, that's going to look totally fine. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing if I can remember exactly what I just did. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so it's that one. Oops, no. That one and this one. Alt M, merge at center, and I'll merge them with those ones. Merge at center. And let's have a look on the underside. Where'd you go? Where are you? Let's have a look on the underside as well. I think I probably have that problem as well. Yeah. I don't remember which two it was. I'll try that anyhow. That. Ah, geez, I think I'm changing things now. Yeah, I think I did it. I think I did an extra step there, but I don't really care. And that, in fact, that's probably better. Although some of you may be looking at it saying that's horrible. I don't know. I really don't know if it is or not. I don't think it's too horrible. Could be. Okay, let's just do something like that again. Is that what I did? That's what I did on the top, and that's not what I did over here. Eh? I don't think it really matters. You know, it may not be pretty or anything, but you're not going to see that anyhow. And, you know, it's going to look like this. Now, I thought there was another spot, but I could be wrong. All right. Well, we'll go with that anyhow. Okay, so that's kind of what the guitar neck would look like. I'll straighten this out later on. But that's basically what it's going to be. So I'm going to work on the head now. And I'll go back into wireframe and hang on. I want to make these I don't know what you call them, tuning rods. And I'm going to I might deviate a little bit from the original plan, okay, from the drawing. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to choose. Let's go with what should we do? Let's go with a. Well, actually, sorry for the delay. Let's just go with the circle. Let's scale it down, but I got to bring this thing up. And I'm not going to place it in the exact same spot because it's close to that bevel. So I'm just going to move it out a little bit. And, okay. This is just, I mean, I could have used a cylinder. I'm just going to go into edit mode and give it a face. Select it and give it a face. And E to extrude. I just want to, actually, this is going to be my main thing, and that may actually be too big. Let's bring that up. Where are you? Boy. Let's get you back to the right spot, roughly. Okay, let's have a look at this. I'm going to scale you down. That's going to be the center of it all. Okay, and I'll just sort of rough it out for the moment. I'm going to use this again, or can I just actually hang on? I'm going to do another piece right now, so I'm going to bring the 3D cursor to this object here, and I'm going to create a bolt that goes around it. So I'm going to create a cylinder with 8 sides. Scale it down. You'll see what I'm doing in just a second. All right. Scale it in the Z. Scale it in the Z again. We're just roughing it in for the moment, and then we'll get the actual sizes. So it's going to be like that, and then below that is going to be a bigger circle. So I'm going to grab this again, Shift D, and then I'm going to just scale in general, and scale in the Z, make it pretty thin, and then we'll scale it again. I'll bevel all this in a bit. So it would be something like that. All right, that bottom piece might be a little thin anyhow, so we'll see how far. And I realize I'm not deleting faces. Again, I'm forgetting to all the time, but I think it'd be something like that. Once it's beveled, it may look somewhat better. Now, this maybe can be smaller, so we'll do it something like that. Okay, so we look at it from top down in wireframe, see how much I've deviated. Yeah, I think that's basically what I want. So this would be where the string attaches. So let's see what I've got here, how big it is. It doesn't have to go down further. I could, if I can get under there without having to hide things. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll delete the bottom face. X faces. And I'm not going to like make a hole in the bolt. I'm just going to put this in so it seems like the bolt is there, and I can adjust the height of this later. So I do want to do some bevel, so let's go ahead and do that and see if I can just get away with making a bevel right now, or if I have to do something else. Control B. Okay, I'm going to put like one division in there, and that would be that piece. And then let's do this bottom one. Control B, pull back on my mouse. Nope, that one's not ready because I can see the bevel going over the surface and not on the side. So I'm going to escape from that. Let's get out of this and do apply scale. Let's try it again. Yep, and now it's ready to go. I'll just put one division there. So we'll do that, and then I'll do the same for the bolt. Let's just give it a try and see. I just want the top surface. See if I can do it. Nope. This one also I need to apply scale. I should just do that all the time. Okay, now you can see that my normals have flipped, so I'm going to recalculate my normals outside. Select that top face, and now I should be able to do it. 1, Okay, everything now will catch some light and be a bit shinier. And so that's basically going to be my setup there. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is right now I'm just going to join those together. All right, and I could put on smooth shading for that if I wanted to. And let's go back into wireframe and Shift D to copy it, move it, and it sticks out. Let's see, a point of this is about at the black line, maybe a little bit more, so I'll do that. Shift D, bring it down here, and just imagine that it connects with this. This one can roughly be in the right position, I believe. We'll check that out in a bit. Okay, so we got that. Shift D, bring this one down as if this came into here. That may be an odd position, but whatever. All right, let's have a look at this now. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Okay, I'm not going to attach it to the head at this point. Let's just go on and make these structures here. So I'm going to do this all pretty much out of a cylinder, make a couple of changes. I am going to select this because I want to work on a, horizontal and vertical. I don't want to work on, choose this one and start working on an angle. So I'm going to choose this tuning structure here, and I'm going to go Shift S, cursor to selected, and I'm going to bring in a cylinder of not 8 but 32. All right, let's stop screwing around here. 32 vertices, scale it down, rotate Y90, and scale it again. I'll go into wireframe. Okay, let's scale it in the X. Let's bring it out to about there. I'll give myself a bit of room here as well. We'll scale it in general, actually. Yeah, that's actually fine. That kind of thing. Okay, so now I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'm going to add some edge loops, and I'll do 2, and then I'm going to move over to here, roughly there, and I'm going to go scale in the X, outwards, 2 around there. I can move them still, and I'm going to make this section right here. I'm working face mode, select those faces, and I'm going to go extrude, scale, Shift X, so that it only goes out like that. All right, so it's going to make a big ring like that. Okay, let's go back here. There. Now let's get out of wireframe. So it's going to be like that. And now what I'll do is I'm going to put 2 edge loops and go scale in the X, pull them out to near the ends, and I'm going to do what I did for the volume knobs. I'm going to select each alternate face, if that makes sense. I'm going to make this like a knob sort of thing. Okay, just to give again a little bit more texture to this, a little bit more industrial kind of look. Okay, so I'm going to do that kind of thing. I'm going to select all of those, and then I'm going to go extrude individual. I'm going to pull out a little bit and pull them out. And while they're still selected, I'm going to go Control B and just add a bit of a bevel. It doesn't have to be great bevel or anything. Deselect, and let's have a look at that. Okay, so that's how that would look. All right, and now I'm going to come back in, and I will try in edge mode to select that edge and that, and now I'm going to bevel, Control B, pull back, give a little bit of bevel on the corner. I'm trying not to hit those other ones. Okay, that'll just smooth out that edge a little bit, I think. Not sure how well that worked, but Yeah, that worked. Okay, and I'll go back in, and I'm going to take this edge and Control B. Now wait a second. Yeah, I'm in global. Yeah, Control B. I'm going to pull back something like this and give just maybe 2. All right, so I'll get that. Okay. And now if we go back into this, we got this piece here to do, and I'm just going to do it the same way. First of all, actually though, let's bring this down to sort of the middle section. All right, so let's go in, and in top view, edge loop, I'll do 2, and I'll move them right about there, and I'm happy with that distance. So I'll just, in face mode, select them all and go extrude, scale, shift X, and I'll just bring these out a bit like that. And then in edge mode, I will grab, what did I do? I'll grab, what am I doing here? Hitting all kinds of crazy buttons. That one and that one there. And I'll do a Control B, and I'll pull back, and I'll give it, say, just 1, and that'll create that. Okay, smooth, it looked like that. I could try edge split, and there you go. Okay, that would be my tuning wheel, and apply that, and I'm satisfied with that. All right, so I'm going to copy this around the guitar in top view, Shift D, rotate Z 180. I'll bring that one out to here. Okay, Shift D, I'll bring it up. Let's zoom into that one. And I'm going to rotate in the Z. And then I'm going to switch to normal. And pull it out just a little bit. Something like that. Shift D, rotate Y 180. I think. I'll go back to global and just move it over to here. But the same distance. Maybe this one's out a bit more. I don't care. I can adjust all of these positions in a bit. Okay. And I'll just grab this one, Shift D, and bring it down. Rotate Z. Doesn't really have to be in this mode, but it's sometimes helpful. Oops. Hold the Shift button to make it move a little slower. I just want to sort of imagine again that this cylinder is affecting this part here. Okay, I'll do Shift D. Let me go back to here. Rotate Z 180 and bring this one over here. Yeah, didn't exactly do that the right way. Doesn't matter. Rotate. Oops, not rotate the Z. And sort of bring it over. Okay, let's see how that looks. There's a guitar. See that? That'll be the general idea. Let's try just a different material and see how it would look if it was sort of shiny. Now, did I put smooth shading on that yet? Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah. Okay, we'll try that like that. Okay, so that gives me the tuning pegs. I may put something underneath here in a bit to look like the housing, but for the moment, that's what we would have. Now I can come into the neck here and maybe we'll do this for the moment. I'll move this I'll move it way out here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to straighten this up. So I'm going to go back to that material. Is that what I want to do? That's better. Yeah, I guess I will have to do that, won't I? So let's go into vertex mode, and that was that side view there, and wireframe, and let's grab box select all of these. How did I get that? Okay, and let's try scale Y0. Okay, and we'll see what that's like. Let's come back into solid mode and out of that, and let's look with the guitar. Yeah, it would be a nice sort of straight edge there, leading into where the pickup is. All right, so I think that's good for the time being. We got more work to do, but we'll do that in the next video. Thanks for watching.